This ETF Minute is sponsored by CI Global Asset Management. This video is for general informational purposes only and not personalized investment advice. This is the ETF Minute on In the Money with Amber Kanwar. Today we're talking about the newly approved Solana ETFs. CI Financial just launched theirs. The ticker is SOLX. And to discuss the Solana ETF and the opportunity, we've got Jennifer Sinopoli in studio, Executive Vice President and Head of Distribution at CI Global Asset Management. Jennifer, thanks so much for being with me.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So the Solana ETF, I feel like people are still wrapping their heads around what is Solana? It's a cryptocurrency. How is it different from Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Sure, absolutely. That's a great question. So at its core, Solana is a blockchain platform, just like Bitcoin and just like Ethereum, but it's designed with one big goal in mind, which is speed and scalability. What really sets Solana apart, I would say, is its performance. So it can handle tens of thousands of transactions per second, whereas Bitcoin can handle 7, Ethereum can handle 15 to 30. It also does that with very low transaction fees compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which makes it very attractive for developers who are building apps, games, or decentralized finance platforms that need to really run quickly and cheaply. A big reason for that performance is something called proof of history, which is unique to Solana. So it's basically a cryptographic clock, you could say, that really helps the network verify the order of transactions faster. So it's almost like giving the blockchain its own built-in stopwatch. So if I had to summarize, Solana, it's fast, it's low cost, it's a chain that's really aiming to bring blockchain technology to the scale of real-world applications. So still early days, but it's definitely one of the most innovative platforms that we see out there right now.
And it's the newest cryptocurrency that investors can get exposure to through an ETF. How do you structure that ETF? Now that we have kind of a playbook of a Bitcoin ETF and an Ethereum ETF, how does the Solana one work?
So the CI Galaxy Solana ETF trades under the ticker SOLX.B and SOLX.U. It's a really exciting way for investors to gain exposure to the Solana tokens, but without having to go through the hassle of obtaining their own digital wallet or managing their own private keys. It's designed to make investing in crypto as simple as buying a traditional ETF. So what really makes this stand out, though, is its partnership behind it. So it's a collaboration between us, CI Global Asset Management, one of Canada's leading investment firms, and Galaxy Asset Management, who are a major global player in the digital asset space. They manage over $7 billion across the ecosystem in alts, ETFs, and staking. And so they bring some serious, I would say, crypto credibility to the table. They act as the sub-advisor on the ETF. So they handle all of the trading of Solana. And more importantly, they're one of the largest validators of the Solana network. So they're not just investing in the ecosystem, they're actually helping actively support it and also secure it.
I got to ask you about fees. How expensive is this product?
Okay, so in the digital asset space, CI has always pushed the envelope and been a leader when it comes to price. We did this with our Bitcoin and our Ethereum ETF. And now with Solana, we have followed suit. So we've launched it at 35 basis point management fee. However, we've actually waived that management fee to 0 for the first 3 months post-launch.
With all things crypto, I have to ask about the risks. Is it as volatile as we see with some of the other cryptocurrencies? How do you think about that?
I think that's a really important question, one that every investor should ask before really stepping into the digital asset space. The reality is that digital assets is still a highly volatile asset class. Prices can swing dramatically, sometimes even within a single day. And Solana, for example, has seen some massive rallies, but it's also seen some significant single-day sharp drops. And that can be due to, broader market sell-offs. It can be due to there's headlines around regulation or even network issues. So it's not unusual to see moves that can be sometimes 10% either way or more in a day. With something like the CI Galaxy Solana ETF, you're getting that simplified, cleaner way, secure way to access Solana, but you're still exposed to that underlying volatility as the ETF does track the price of Solana. So if it dips or spikes, the ETF will generally move in kind. That said, though, the benefit of the ETF structure is that it's held in a regulated environment with professional oversight by CI and Galaxy.
Now, you mentioned this is just part of some of the other crypto offerings that CI has with the Bitcoin and the Ethereum exposure. How should investors think about like that suite of exposure?
So what really sets us apart is our partnership with Galaxy Digital. They're one of the most respected and established players in the global crypto space. But beyond the product innovation, CI is leading the conversation in the space. So we see ourselves as not just providers of digital asset products, but also educators and thought leaders. So through our partnership with Galaxy, we've launched the CI Digital Assets Academy, which you can find. It's a free online resources hub, which is on our site. It's where investors and advisors or anyone that's really interested in the digital asset space can go to learn the fundamentals of crypto, the blockchain technology, and how all these assets would fit into a modern portfolio.
Jennifer, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.
For more information about these ETFs, you can visit the link below or check out our show notes.